Welcome to the big festival. It's the comedy festival here in Montreal, and Kate Micucci is a lady I saw last night, and she's tremendous, she's delicious, she's gorgeous, and she's a lady. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
You're far too nice to be doing stand-up comedy because it's a dangerous profession. You're in some divey clubs night in, night out. You need to get a proper job.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I never really intended to be doing this, and it sort of just happened to me. So, I never thought I would be in this comedy scene at all. But it's been about 2 years that I've been performing, and it all started with songs, and then the stories that go along with the songs, and I guess they just happen to be funny. So then I just end up, being on the same bill with a bunch of comedians, and that's great,
The nice thing about you is you've got a touch of the Victoria Woods in Britain, a lady who comes on stage and you keep your decorum, there's no swearing, there's no vulgarity. Is there a pressure to be kind of outrageous and controversial? Because everybody seems to be doing that these days.
I guess there might be a bit, and I don't know, it's just not in my nature really, so I never really think about it. However, I do have a band called Garfunkel and Oates, and toward the end of the festival, my friend Ricky, who's the other girl in the band, will be joining me, and then it gets pretty dirty. But I wasn't able to say those words or sing those songs for a very long time. I had to kind of get the courage to be saying some of those things. But now I love it. So I don't know, there is a rush when the audience is really laughing. And I think too, because I'm used to singing things that are a little bit more innocent, when I do say something that's so out of, you wouldn't expect me to say it, it's got a little bit more punch maybe.
And then the songs, they're very wordy and they're very clever. How do you remember them all?
Oh, I don't. There are many times where I'm like, what the heck, how does this go? I don't remember anything. But yeah, there are a lot of words and they're very quick, and some of them are just programmed into my brain at this point. But I think that there are some I struggle with lyrics. I've never really been good at lyrics, even Christmas songs. I'm horrible. My brother always laughs at me every Christmas because I don't know the words that I've been singing all my life,
And how difficult is it standing in front of just a few people? Because this is a relatively small theatre, probably 100 people, something like that. Is that more intimidating? Because you can literally see the whites of their eyes, can't you?
Yeah, it is a little bit different. Although I just was visiting my hometown in Pennsylvania, and I did a show for the town where everyone knew me. My 7th grade math teacher was in the audience, and that was probably the most intimidating because, these people knew me when I was a little kid. And so I think if I got through that, I could get through anything. I like the intimate crowd, though, because I feel like, it's something you're sharing and everyone gets to experience it in a way.
And your eyes do a lot of the work in this show. You look sad in places, then you look happy. Your face tells a story, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess I have rather large eyes. It's something that, it's funny, people always mention things about my eyes, and for a long time I didn't realize that was part of it, but it is, I guess it's part of the act, and not intentionally, it's just that I guess I'm real expressive, so, yeah.
And what's it like when the phone rings and they say, will you come to the Montreal Comedy Festival? Does your heart skip a beat? Are you excited, or are you thinking, oh God, I've got to travel with all this equipment?
That's exactly what I thought. The first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, how am I going to carry everything? And then the second thought was, but wait a second, this is awesome. So yeah, I think it is, the props and all of, it's a big show to carry around. So yeah, that was my one worry, but I'm just so glad everything got here in one piece. We had to glue some of the puppets, but that's about it. But yeah, I think I'm so excited to be here. This is a really, really great opportunity, and just to share my show with a different city. It's really exciting that people, can see what I do in another place, And
tell me about you. How did you get into this, and why did you want to become a comedian?
Well, I got into this, I don't know. I always thought I was going to be a toy designer. So, and then I was a really shy kid, very shy. So, I don't know, but toy designing led to puppetry, and then puppetry led to acting, and now I've been acting for about 4 years in Los Angeles, and I'm able to at least pay my rent with it, which is, knock on wood, a lucky thing, I suppose. And so yeah, acting's my main gig, but on the side, every few nights, or sometimes every night, I'm going out there and playing shows, and it's just, I love it so much,
And you've done some big TV shows as well. You were talking about in the show last night.
Yeah, I was on Scrubs last season, season 8 of Scrubs. I did a few episodes, and just got word that I'll be hopefully going back for more episodes for season 9. And I play a ukulele playing girl on that show. And yeah, I've been in a bunch of sitcoms and things around town. And I have a movie coming out next year called When in Rome. It's a Disney movie with Kristen Bell and Angelica Houston and Danny DeVito, a bunch of really great people. So I think that's going to be a really great movie.
Now, before we go, can I ask you the great thrill of singing a song for us?
Sure, I would be happy to. Okay, here goes. This is a little song about the moon. One day, the moon got tired of being Up in the sky he wandered, down through the starlight and landed on the ocean side, and he smiled while he jumped in the water and laughed about. As he danced in the sand, he put on his swim trunks and snorkel, and guess what? Mr. Moon swam. Did I tell you that moonbeams are heavy, and therefore Mr. Moon sank? He fell down through the seawalls of seaweed and landed at the bottom of the tank, and he sat there with the starfish and jellyfish and laughed about. With the sharks and the whales, they drank lots of Miller Lights and Heinekens and laughed about all of their tales. Oh, Mr. Moon, the stars are shining for you in the night sky. Please come home. Oh, Mr. Moon. And then it's dark. And then it's dark.
You're tremendous. You're adorable. You're gorgeous. You win the award for cutest performer at this year's Montreal Comedy Festival. Thank you very much for talking to me. Kate Micucci is the big new star, and look out for her on the TV and in movies and all sorts. Thank you for talking to me.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.